Cheers.
So Thursday night, welcome to Well Seasoned. It is 5:30 and we are live, or semi-live, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm alive. You've been on TV all day. She's been live all day.
I've been live all, yes, it's been a crazy couple days around here.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of. Well, thank you for your support. First things first, that we're busier than ever in a January.
Yeah.
And you're keeping us busy, and it's just like fighting a hurricane every day. But we're glad. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't complain.
I'm glad the snow didn't stick because that would have added an extra layer of complexity to our lives this week. So welcome to our kitchen Thursday night. We've had kind of a crazy week around here. It's been really busy, like Chef said. And we have had a couple of really crazy things going on around here. So I want to really thank you guys for supporting us and coming to our rescue to support us online and offer tons of support and kind words. It really means a lot to us.
You got a great community.
I know.
Awesome community.
I know. I feel really lucky to have many amazing people.
Protective of yours too. So
yeah, they're really engaged in our business and what we do here, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you to all of you for participating in our events, and we're excited to have you back in the kitchen. So last week we asked all of you for some suggestions of what you might like to learn. And I think it was Shelly that asked to do some food for Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is coming up next weekend, not this weekend.
I can't stand football. It's not my thing.
We're not football fans either, but we do like the food.
I cook for it.
We like the
snacks. I cook for it. But I don't get football, so it's just I mean, sports in general. I'm a horrible athlete, so I have no interest. I was more into like pubs and girls and fun and all that. Just snacks and the artsy, that artsy douchebag guy kind of thing. Just walks around.
I love going to Super Bowl parties because I love the food generally.
It's usually good. Mm-hmm. Unless there's a bunch of dudes that are doing cooking that has no idea what's going on. It could be hit and miss. But I love the whole get together though.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
The game, just whatever.
Yeah, I miss the social aspect right now of all of these things, like this, hanging out with friends on the weekend, maybe going to the pub and having some really good snacks. So this is a really great alternative. So thank you, Shelly, for your awesome ideas. Tonight, Chef is going to recreate some of our pub favorites. And
like an idiot, I signed up for 4 recipes.
He decided.
Hopefully, I'm not going to make an myself tonight. And
he's going to have to, hustle to get 4 recipes done in an hour. So hopefully, Kay, our trusty web designer and creative director, will post the recipes in the comment section so you can follow along. Chef tonight is making some KFC, which is Korean fried chicken. Ooh. So a spicy chicken wing. That's perfect to go with your Super Bowl beer.
And the best part is it's a bit of a different style of frying chicken, so it stays crisp for a decent while, even if it's tossed in the sauce. I'm going to devour it just out of the fryer. I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, good. And queso. I'm excited for queso because I make my own queso, which is going to be much different than the queso you make, I guarantee. But
this is an awesome recipe because there is no recipe. If you have access to it, it's in grams, but please buy a kitchen scale, like seriously. And stop using volumes for cooking, which is okay, but like you're not professional. Most of you, I'm assuming, are not professional cooks, so ambiguous cooking is not very safe thing to do. And we can all see it on Instagram on plates, what people post, and I get quite judgmental, and it's fun. It's fun to just mock people in amongst us with other cooks and this and that.
That's what he does all day.
Oh yeah, horrible
terrible.
Human being. On my Instagram leaving bitter comments and. But anyway, so sorry.
So back to the food.
Queso. Back to queso. So this recipe is a proportion that I'm going to give you. You can take this recipe with the right combination of cheese. You can serve this as a fondue in a Michelin star restaurant for your raviolis and this and that, or you can just literally turn it into a cheese whiz and have fun with it, or nacho cheese or fountain cheese. But it is a solid ratio. It's an awesome ratio, and the best part, you get to put whatever cheese you like. That's
Yeah.
the best part.
It's a great way to use up odds and ends of cheese.
Exactly.
Too.
If you're having like a fancy wine dinner with somebody, you can just use a little bit funkier, like brie kind of cheese, just to add some moldy smell to it. Or you can just totally go with Tex-Mex and just have like a really oozy woozy cheese dip. So, can I say that?
I think you just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And what are you dipping in the queso tonight, Chef?
One of my favorite things to eat is sorry, let me do this at the same time. Is having puff pastry in the freezer. We talked about this already in our previous segments. That I just love making it because it's the freshly baked product with no effort at all, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm just going to bake some crispy puff sticks, and or as we call it at home, puff sticks.
So we're gonna dump butter or dunk dunk the butter in the cheese dip. So that sounds
So
really good.
that's good. Also, we're just gonna throw in the guacamole because you have to make a killer guacamole.
Right.
It just is. It's whoever you are. I don't know. It should be a part of your repertoire.
Everybody
Like
should have
killer
their
salsa.
signature guac. Yeah.
Exactly. And I'll show you my method. It's because there's again no method at all. But we are not gonna add weird ingredients to it. But we're gonna work in the guacamole. I don't know if there's a traditional guacamole recipe. This is what I do, and well, I have the camera, so it kind of works. So I'd suggest just check it out.
And the last recipe today, I have to tell you, this guy is so excited about this. A bloomin' onion. From Outback Steakhouse fame, a bloomin' onion. Chef made one this afternoon for us to snack on while we were working, and he was so proud of himself when it came out of the
I've never made
fryer.
it before.
So
it was
perfect.
just like a moment of,
Wow.
You're like, I made that. And it's literally just an onion. Like, this is cheap. This is everywhere. And it's just a wonderful dip. I'm a big lover of an onion.
He was like a little kid when that thing came out of the fryer. It was so great to watch. I wish I had my camera.
Can't wait.
I know, I'm excited. And it was delicious. And it smelled like A&W in here this afternoon. It totally smelled like onion rings. And anyhow, it was really good. So, one more thing just to mention before we get started. I had another conversation or two this week about why we're not wearing masks in this segment.
Oh,
and I just wanted to address it one more time. We wear masks here in Well Seasoned all day, every day. Chef and I work together all day, every day here in the kitchen, and we wear masks while we're working. Right now, I'm drinking and eating just like I would be if I was in a restaurant or a coffee shop. So I'm not wearing a mask, but when I'm not eating and drinking, I'm wearing a mask. So we do take all the COVID protocols incredibly seriously here. We're doing everything we can to keep our staff and our team safe. The store is closing in a couple minutes, and the only other person in the kitchen with Chef and I is my husband, David. And he's already got all my germs. So, that's the story there. So,
we are very, very anal about this at the store. I have to tell you, this is our livelihood. And it's so important. Like, somebody gets zapped here, we have to shut down.
Yeah, this is.
Do you know how many people would just go home without a job? That's not fun. So we're very, very careful. And I still don't get the agenda of just like, oh, I forgot my mask. Oh, I forgot to send it.
It's been a year, man.
I know.
It's
11
been a year today
months.
or yesterday.
Please don't say that. You're not 6 years old.
Yeah.
Just there's a world pandemic going on. Have a mask in your pocket. Upon entry, anywhere, which I do, is what's the code here?
Sanitize your hands.
If there's a sanitizer, I would, but I always ask, like, what is the code here? Now, if you want to come into the store, you have to sanitize your hands. No, you're not anaphylactic to some sanitizers, so just don't make stories up, please. Bring your own, by all means, so you can touch the product and see what's in the store without contaminating it.
That's the fun thing about shopping at Well Seasoned is looking at all the product we have and being able to pick it up and read the labels and think about all the great things you're going to cook with. And it's difficult to do that, or it's impossible to do that if you don't sanitize your hands. So anyhow, that's the story. We're sticking to it, and we're grateful to you guys for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
How's the vino, Chef?
It's delicious. I'm a fan of Pinot Noir. It took me a year or so to get used to it. I was very judgmental of it in the beginning. Some of
That's your MO in life. You're just generally judgmental.
Such a piece of garbage. No, I don't judge you. I don't have time to just sit and think about you, just so you know.
He does. He does.
But also a great favorite topic is just what I do hate the most is a great topic to just sit and talk to people. It gets
Oh.
people going so bad. They
Oh,
get
Chef.
raged and then just like it's a very livelihood conversation.
But we don't hate this wine. We love this
No,
wine.
no, sorry, yeah, it's about me, right?
Oh, boy.
No, this is not. It's been a year, but after a year, I love bigger wines, more full-bodied wines with curvier cuisines, like real Italian and French and all that. But with like quick fare like this, I still drink wine. It is a great to have either a white wine, a rosé, sparkles, Lambrusco, but a Pinot Noir is just exceptional. It's very nice and light.
I love a good cold beer with pub food, and we've got some really great local craft breweries here in Langley that make excellent beer. But to be honest, if I have a couple beer, I'm full, and I can't eat all this delicious food. So I want to still be able to eat the queso. So the wine for me is a better option. So tonight we are enjoying some wine from Blue Grouse on Vancouver Island from the Cowichan Valley, and this is their Quill. It's their Pinot Noir, and you can pop onto their website and learn about what they do and how they do it. But it's a really delicious, easy drinking.
It is an excellent wine.
The wine from Vancouver Island is a bit different than the wine from the Okanagan. They don't get those super intense hot temperatures, so I find it is better for, I don't know, whites and some of these lighter reds, but this is a good one for sure.
It is an excellent, excellent wine, and also, like the fool is just we're getting old, is what it is. My body can't process beer what it used to do, the way it used to. So sipping on wine is way more lighter for me.
Yeah. So anyhow, if you're interested, you can check out Blue Grouse. Their website is. I'll have to look it up because I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'll report back on that. But okay, you have a lot to do. So as usual, if you have questions or comments or would just generally like to give Chef a bad time, you're welcome to do that. Just type it into the comment bar, and I'll forward your feedback and criticism onto the chef, and we can have a conversation about
Should
that.
I turn the hat this way, maybe? Hip Dennis or the regular Dennis?
Is there
Which
a difference?
No, this is hip.
Oh, it is.
This is me.
HD.
Yeah, I want to watch this in HD.
Or low D. We'll take the low D.
All right.
Okay. All right. We'll get cooking. I'm excited for
As long as you leave,
some
I'm
fried,
as soon as you
some
leave.
fried food. Okay. I'll be back.
All right. So let's start with. I don't even know where to start. Maybe I should just have a. I was 7 years old.
You were 7 years old?
No, I'm just kidding. So, again, just like I mentioned, one of my favorites is puff pastry. You can buy really good quality puff pastry. It's enriched in butter, and these kind of pastries freeze extremely well. So always have it in a tablet form in your freezer, so you can make very quick snacks. And one of the quickest that I love to do is take a yolk of an egg and put a splash of cream in there, which I should have done before the segment. But, let's live dangerously. A whole egg is fine, egg yolk is fine, whatever you fancy. It's just a different, it'll just yield to different colors. And I'm just going to brush my pastry with this egg wash. So it's got a nice, when it bakes, it's got this nice mahogany kind of look, just like a Ron Burgundy would say. My place, I have many leather-bound books, and my place smells of rich.
You and your Ron Burgundy today. You're on a bit of a Ron Burgundy kick right now.
I live like that. Or Nick Offerman, either or. Anyway, so this
David loves Nick Offerman too.
everybody loves Nick Offerman. He's one of the best guys ever. I don't even know the guy that I'd say that I'd hang out with him. So anyway, long story short, egg wash is here. Normally I would sprinkle thyme leaves, cheese on it, but we're making queso dip. It also comes with this parchment. Pull your parchment out. Cut it into, I would say, 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch sticks. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And the best part of this is not a stale snack that's just been sitting on the supermarket aisle for the last, 2 years. It is a freshly baked good. And puff pastry thaws probably in about, 5 to 6 minutes at room temperature. The only thing about puff pastry is that you have to work very fast and you cannot let it heat up. If you let it heat up, then the butter will start to melt. It's going to be soaked by the puff itself, the dough itself, and you're not going to have those crunchy layers. I'm just going to put a light pinch of sea salt and maybe pinch a little black pepper for warmness and some, action. You're more than welcome to put like everything bagel spice on this, poppy seeds and black sesame seeds, white and whatnot. 400 degrees, about 15 minutes. So that's the first thing to tackle. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Let's get that going. Make sure that it is on. Now for the queso dip, you have the recipe. My milk is boiling. I have cornstarch. Now every liter of milk will take
Chef, is that just whole milk or what is
whole
it?
milk.
Whole
I don't buy any other milk. It's just 1% skim and all that jazz. I'm not interested, just so you know.
Oh, we know.
I would drink coffee cream if I could, but the doctor that I didn't have said that it's not okay. So every liter of milk would take 40 grams. You do a full recipe, it freezes exceptionally well, and you need to lightly warm it up. Okay, to my milk, I am going to whisk in my cornstarch slurry, which is a smaller amount, which is going to stabilize my cheese. And to this, I'm going to add Dijon. You can put a splash of white wine in here. You can put, I don't know, sky's the limit. But the cornstarch in the recipe is going to stabilize, and it's not going to split as it sits, because you need to keep this warm. So buy a little tea light warmer kind of contraption. You can go to Value Village. You can go to, I don't know, whatever. I have some shredded Gruyere, because we're having puff pastry, so we might as well have a little bit of fancier version of it. And again, you can make this with Tex-Mex cheese. You can make this with cheddar cheese. Cheddar doesn't ooze, but it's got a great flavor. You can sort out combinations of, favorite combinations or whatnot. I have a triple cream brie, as well as Gruyere. And let this come up to heat. See, it's been 3 minutes, and we already got on 2 down. Cooking is not hard. It just takes a little bit of planning and a lot of enthusiasm. Now, if this is too thick, because this is a small batch, you would have more, put a splash of water. It'll cook out eventually. But I mean, in a matter of, 1 minute, I already have something wonderful. Now to this, you know what? I'm going to put a splash of cream just to ease it a little bit, so it doesn't go really gummy on me. The first bottle was coffee cream. Milk is just fine. We're just adjusting the texture here. Oh man, this looks really good.
I love how surprised you get when recipes work out.
Yeah, this is my playland, man. This is where I have fun. I can't put a nail on the wall to do handy things, but can I cook? Yes, I can. So that puff is in the oven. This is going. Let's work with guacamole. Mole, guacamole. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cut my onion. Now, for blooming onion, you just need a medium-sized white onion. The sweeter variety is better, but don't worry about it. A regular white onion is just fine, because as it cooks, it is going to turn very, very sweet. All you need to do is keep the root on. So just lightly peel it off and just cut the top off. I would say about like 1/4 of an inch, so you have this structure so we can see the layers and it's not tight. Now I'm going to put it upside down. What you would like to do is cut 1/2 inch slices, so 3/4 of an inch slices, 1/2 inch away from the root. Do not cut all the way down to the root, then it's going to fall apart, and which it might. It's my first day today. So to this, I'm going to make an incision. I'm going to go. Again, stay away from the root about 1/2 inch so that it does not fall apart. Oh no, that went sideways. Okay, this is a fun little snack. I swear to God, everybody's going to be your best friend, and you do not break the bank.
Onions are so cheap and so delicious. I mean, I don't like raw onions don't like me, so I tend to avoid raw onions. They don't like me very much. But a cooked onion is like one of the greatest things ever.
I can cook a whole menu with just onions.
Yeah.
They're that versatile. So after it's cut, you're just gonna flake these layers. Now, what I would like you to suggest to do is take the core off because it doesn't cook properly. It soaks up a lot of flour and it turns into this mushy mess. Okay. But as you can see, it's not. This is not rocket science.
Can you push it back together, Chef, and just show how much you took out of the center?
Just that little belly button. And then I'm gonna put this in buttermilk.
The belly button.
Yeah, the lombelico, or the göbek dili in Turkish as we say it. And then I'm just gonna soak this in buttermilk, which is going to soften this up and break it down a little bit. Okay?
That's just plain buttermilk?
Plain good old buttermilk. Diluted yogurt is fine. You want some kind of a viscous substance that's going to get the flour to stick.
And a little bit acidic too, because it's going to be pretty sweet. Like the onion itself gets pretty sweet.
Exactly. I love buttermilk. I make my mashed potatoes with buttermilk, to be honest with you. And it's some of the best mash ever. So, now my cheese is almost melted. I mean, look at that. All we need to do right now is to keep this warm until our puff sticks come out of the oven. Now, guacamole. Get yourself a potato masher. If you're broke, a fork is just fine. How to open up an avocado. If you've never done it, please be present in the moment. This is one of those vegetables that cuts people really, really a lot because it's the outer shell might be hard. If it's thick skin and inside might be mushy. So please be wary of it when you're just handling it with a knife so the slippage, it doesn't slip and cut your hand. I'm making an incision and turning and I'm hitting the pit and turning it around my knife. Grab it, slight tilt. It's not rocket science. Now this is where people cut themselves the most. So just get your hand out of the way. Grab the top and stabilize it and tap it with your knife. And then what you need to do is just simply peel it off. Okay? So that's that. And then, after that, before I start this actually, I would like to do this. Now in my bowl, I have little cherry tomatoes cut in half. I'm going to put a pinch of salt to this. Okay? And then I am going to squeeze 2 lime juice on top of this tomatoes. That's 1 half. Any questions so far?
No, everybody's just excited to see the outcome of this bloomin' onion, Chef.
Oh, that's the end of the...
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, I don't do pressures. This point. I've done this before.
Once.
Don't worry about it. I'm a tradesman. I'm a professional.
Don't you worry about it.
To this, I am going to add some cilantro to marinate my tomatoes. I'm going to add my chili flakes also. Whatever chili flakes you have in the fridge is nice. Today I have Aleppo pepper, which originates from Middle East. I grew up on it, so that's what we're using today. Now, while this lime is working on my tomatoes, which normally you should do a larger batch so you have a lot of tomato juice. Oh, sorry. And to these tomatoes, I know you're not a fan of raw garlic, some of you. You can skip this or you can roast your garlic to soften it up. But if you're cooking Mexican food or Korean food like we're going to do tonight, you should get, or Middle East, you should eat some raw garlic. It will accentuate your very expensive bottle of wine for sure.
It's good for your immune system too.
I don't know. I've been eating it all my life, and look at me. Right?
Healthy as a miniature pony.
It is one of life's great pleasures. All right, so this is this. Now with my advocat, my cheese dip looks incredible. I'm going to grab a spoon, run it on the bottom of the avocado, That's one. That's two. If your avocados are rock hard, you can microwave them and soften them up, but I suggest you don't do that.
Have you ever used the frozen avocado, Chef?
No, I've never actually.
You know, I've bought them a couple of times in a pinch because I needed ripe avocado, and the avocados in the supermarket were like bullets. And they're actually pretty good. So they take ripe avocado and dice it and freeze it. And so you can buy it in the freezer section where you buy the other frozen veggies.
Yeah.
And in a pinch, it actually works really well. There's nothing weird in it. You can mash it into guacamole or whatever you need it for. It's actually impressive.
It is. It is. And the reason for that is because avocado is rich in fat.
Right.
Things that are rich in fat does freeze exceptionally well. So, but I've never tried it. But if you can have access to fresh avocados, buy fresh avocados, please. Now, this is this from my tomato. I am just, so the salt and acid started to break my tomato down. Okay. I think it could use one more lime by the looks of it. But I'm going to season my guacamole part of this. Okay.
Shelly just asked where you find frozen avocados. Shelly, most of the grocery stores carry it. It's in their frozen section by like the peas and corn.
Yes, Shelly. It's so hot right now. Yeah.
It's just in a bag. It's handy. I keep a bag in the freezer. It's just handy to have around.
Now, oddly to this, I would like to add some chopped pickles. Your favorite pickles, whatever it is, gives nice acidity.
And what kind are those? Just the cornichons here?
These are just cornichons. But the best part would be a lacto-fermented pickle. And I do not put olive oil to my guacamole.
No.
And also, if I'm making a puree kind of guacamole, I always finish with a little bit of water rather than olive oil to ease it up. It lightens the whole thing up, just so you know. Your purees can go a bit too emulsified or viscous on the palate and eat like gunk if you use a lot of olive oil at the end. I like a nice smooth puree. Now, to this, we gotta taste this. It's flat. Pinch of salt, another pinch of pepper, okay, and then I'm gonna toss it around. Again, I don't do too much because guacamole, you can put onions if you want, but I'm gonna skip that. Let's grab a little plate. And then, how I like to serve my guacamole, let's take a big, nice chunk on the side of the plate. Look at that. Well, you won't see me, but I eat a lot of guacamole if I'm in the mood, in front of a giant TV, with a bottle of Macallan, 12 years old. And then I'm just going to make a little well in here, well seasoned, right? Get it? All right, wonderful.
You're so clever.
I know. My mom said I'd be all right.
Yep.
And then I'm going to taste my tomatoes that, oh my God. That Aleppo pepper is very spicy.
So, Chef, do you want to hear my secret for guacamole? I know you're dying to know this.
No, not at all.
Yep, you're dying to know.
Sure.
So I add chopped canned jalapeno to mine, a little bit of the you know what I'm talking about, the pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
And I use the juice from the pickled jalapenos as the acidity.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's really good. You get that really good kind of vinegar, spicy kind of acidity. I still use lime juice, but I guess that's my pickle component in this.
At home, I do lacto-fermentation, which gives an incredible depth to guacamole, which it actually doesn't need it. And yeah, this is a great presentation. You keep the really garlicky tomatoes in the middle, and outside you have a nicely seasoned guacamole. It's nice, clean, not moppy, dippy, doppy, or whatever, you know. It is. Let's check our puff sticks. How many minutes are we sitting
That's a
on?
good-looking guac, chef.
Right?
Yep, looks delicious. So fresh. And if you don't like cilantro, you can go ahead and leave that out. You could sub it for some parsley if you wanted, but I mean, if you don't like the cilantro, maybe add a little bit of lime zest or something
Let's
else
keep
in there.
this 30 more seconds. Almost there. The layers are just like this coming up, so you don't want to interrupt that.
They're like what, chef?
Never
How
mind.
does it go?
It doesn't.
Stacy wants to know what you're dipping in the guacamole. Chippies or just a spoon?
Puff sticks.
Oh, the puff sticks, Stace. They're
Now,
just for the queso.
look at this. Oh, well, I guess you can't see it, but give me a sec. Hey. See, in 15 minutes, we'll literally just have enough food to keep our guests busy. So there's my little queso dip. Does it need a garnish? I don't think so. It's melted cheese. It just doesn't get better than that. Okay, so this is the guacamole. Can you still see it, David? That is my queso dip. And then,
So our friend Gladys is joining us tonight. Gladys lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Gladys knows her way around some queso dip. So she was excited to see yours. So Gladys,
Gladys, you're gonna conquer Mexico with this dip. This is a Michelin star quality.
I know the same kind of dip Gladys knows, though. So she knows Tex-Mex.
yeah. So Tex-Mex dip is like Velveeta special or whatever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because it's brown butter. It smells delicious.
And look how beautiful that looks. Everybody's doing the Doritos bag chips. You just show up with this. You got the game. Now, this is this. I'm just going to pop this. No, actually.
Just put that over here, Chef. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, as soon as my wine glass is full, I will just bring it over.
Oh,
I don't negotiate with terrorists, man.
Sorry, I'm slacking off over here.
And yeah, here, I'll just pass. So our guests, right? That's how we entertain. You got to keep them eating all the time. So while our guests are just waiting for the fried chicken, we did a 10-minute queso dip and a guacamole.
Okay, you're refilled. You're back in business.
Back in business. As soon as I'm refilled, Angie can get this. And Angie, you know what? Since it's pandemic, you can double dip. This is all yours.
Well, I'm probably going to have to share with David.
So that's that. Now, the next one, let's see where his oil is at, is our gochujang sauce. It's been so hot right now. The reason for that is that while David Chang became really popular, and the hot sauce world just got rid of the hype of sriracha, and they were looking for the next big thing. And there comes the Korean hot sauce. Now, for this, it's very easy. If all you need to do is have the ingredients ready while it simmers. Here I have my chili paste, Korean chili paste, which you can purchase at well-seasoned Langley. Okay, that goes in.
Can you show the bottle, Chef? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I still have the bottle.
Just so people know what it looks like.
So, now there's a lot of flavored version goes out there. I would stick with the base version. It's quite spicy, it's delicious, and it's excellent. And it's new hot sauce. It's the new thing in the hot sauce world. And to this, I'm going to add ketchup, maple syrup, a little bit of brown sugar, mirin to this, which is also in your recipes. Okay. And I'm going to reduce this until nicely thick, which is going to go, this is going to go off. It's going to take about 7 to 8 minutes until, and if you're making this, please make a big batch because it's a quite tasty sauce. So you have it at hand any given time. So that's that. Now for the fried chicken, I am looking at 325 to 350. And I'm sitting at the dock of the bay, wasting time, and we're almost there. Yeah, it's great. So let's drop this down to 6. Now for my chicken wings, they're sitting in a buttermilk marinade, but it doesn't matter. You want some viscous liquid, again, to coat it. It could be egg whites, it could be whipped eggs, whatever it is. But you want some coating on it. This has been salted and it's been marinating there for like 2 hours. Here I have my cornstarch, which also makes it gluten-free, just so you know. And wonderful. Okay, maybe one more. And then you shake it off the coat. I will have a little bit extra. Let's take a sip of wine.
You're remarkably calm considering you've got still a couple dishes to pull out there.
Well, I'm a professional.
Right.
And I have been doing this for 10 years, just so you know. So,
This is your first day with the bloomin' onion, though.
yeah, but I've cooked before.
The headhunters from the Outback Steakhouse are going to call tomorrow.
So I can get a restaurant job?
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I love cooking. I do. I truly do. But cooking in a restaurant 16 to 18 hours a day is what I'm going to do in the retirement, probably, just for fun. As of now, I would like to, do a different thing in my career. Anyway, so to our oil, at 325, shake off the excess. Get her in there. Again, shake off the excess. That's a great recipe, man. Again, shake off the excess. Make sure the crust is caked in there too. Like little lumps are excellent. They yield to a larger and a bigger and a stronger crunch. Let's see if my pot is going to overflow and we will need to redecorate the kitchen. What do you think, Angie?
I think you should be careful.
Yeah, that sounds like, hey, be careful on top of the ladder, do not fall down. And as soon as you fall down, somebody shows up and says, I told you to be careful. It's one of those conversations. No, we're not going to overflow.
Stacy would like to have some Cool Ranch Doritos with the guacamole. She thinks that would be a great combo.
What is a Cool Ranch Dorito?
What is a Cool Ranch Dorito? Stacy, Chef's never had him a Cool Ranch Dorito.
Like ranch flavored Dorito?
Yeah. You've never had that?
No, I usually make the ranch sauce, man. It's
Okay.
delicious. If you would like your gochujang, just because it's a hot application, you can put a large knob of butter, but our sauce is still not done yet. Now, while all this jambalaya is happening, and we need about like 5 minutes for the wings to fry.
Chef Shelley had a question about the sauce. She wants to know, I think she's talking about the Guacamole sauce, if you keep it in the fridge or freezer.
No, it's a chili paste that's been preserved, so you don't have to do anything to it, really. I'm pretty sure it's a shelf-stable sauce, too. So no, you can just read the package instructions. If it says refrigerate after opening, just do that.
Yeah, you probably do refrigerate after
Yeah.
opening.
Now, to my flour, I'm going to add a large pinch of salt and shake it around. And I'm going to lift up my blooming onion very, very gently. Okay? Ever gently, just like holding a baby. Which I have no idea what that feels like. And then I'm going to put it here in my dredge. Okay, let's get rid of the buttermilk. And then I would like to put a couple gloves on for this application, so I'm not, I don't have the Hulk hands, and I can just slip out of it very, very fast.
Sorry, Chef, they're talking about the finished sauce, the sauce in the pan. Does it need to be refrigerated now?
No. After you're putting ketchup and salt, and we're going to finish with vinegar also, so meaning
There's enough preservatives.
there's enough preservatives that it doesn't have to. But if you're really scared, you can't, by all means. Now, to this onion, I'm going to put it open side up so I can get in between the layers and coat my onion with all of its glory. Now you can double dip this. For sure you can. But I highly suggest you don't, because if you don't flake it enough and you can go gummy and it might eat really, really pasty. That's not what you want. You want a nice crispy onion that is sweet, succulent, and broken down.
Chef, Dory would like to know.
I mean, so this is what it's going to look like. Okay? Yeah, Dory would like to know.
Sorry, Chef. Dory would like to know what kind of oil you're frying in.
I am using grapeseed oil because sales are really good. No, that's grapeseed oil because we had it around. But any frying oil will do just fine. Okay, I'm gonna do my onion.
So the onion is just currently in cornstarch, right?
Cornstarch, rice flour, and yeah, that's
seasoning.
All. Seasoning. So if you want to keep it gluten-free, you can use rice flour. You can use water chestnut flour if you can find it. It's a great flour also.
The cornstarch is gluten-free.
Cornstarch is gluten-free, so you can just do that. And yeah, my onion is nicely dressed and waiting for the wangs to come out. I think I'm done, man. All I need other than fried onion. I'm kidding. So my sauce is frying. Now, as you can see, my chicken wings are quite crispy and looking lovely. I'm going to take a temperature, and I am going to...
the color of the wing, Chef, is a little bit pale. Is that because of the flour on the outside, or the
cornstarch?
Yeah.
Cornstarch. But that's not your concern right now. Cornstarch is way lighter, so it will... and I'm going to turn my heat up, and I'm going to hit 375 and a golden color. Okay? Cornstarch fries a little bit pale, but we are going to dress this in a sauce.
Yeah, the cornstarch doesn't get the same dark color that you get from regular flour.
No, not as dark, for sure. No questions?
Yeah, Gladys would like to know if you can use the same mixture for fried pickles.
Yeah. Absolutely you can. I'm not a big fan of fried pickles, but that's my personal preference. I love pickles for their acidity, and anything acidic that's been cooked loses their crunch, as well as their acidity gets curbed. So it's kind of like against the idea of what pickle is. It is a fun thing to eat. Pubs offer it. I get it. But I love a really nice acidic pickle.
Chef is a pickler. He's kind of a pickle snob.
Snob?
Mm-hmm.
I've been pickling all my life. I have a few ideas about how it should be done. When I went up to the culinary school, and you know how people... Okay, that sauce is hot. Oh, it's sippy time then. Just wash the...
More wine.
Oh, excuse me. I'm just coughing on the microphone.
Oh, David needs wine too, apparently. Getting yelled at from every direction tonight.
Give me a second.
David, how's your queso treating you?
The queso's good. Very good. The queso's good and the guac is good. The guac is too spicy for you, though.
Is it spicy? I'm excited. And
I think jalapeno peppers turned out. Jalapeno peppers are usually not very spicy. Now, let's take temperature.
We have a house guest, Chef.
Ooh.
Melanie just finished closing the store. It's closing a little bit late tonight, but she's going to join us for a snack. So brace yourself. You got a new critic in the house.
What does bracing myself mean?
It means strap in, Chef. Buckle up.
In the last 10 years, nobody ever talked to me like that. I'm just saying, what? Brace myself.
Barb wants to know if Chef is coughing because the sauce and the rest of the people will be dying, or if you just...
Barb, it went in the wrong tube. It's spicy and it's in my breeding channel. It's not the most ideal thing. Now, I'll show you. Now, I'm up. I hit 375. How gorgeous this looks. I know it's fried chicken and everybody cooked it, but Now we're just gonna take this out. The best part about this fried chicken is it doesn't go as soggy as the other chickens. Now,
The best thing about this fried chicken is I get to eat it. That is the best thing of
in
this.
your, it's gonna go in the mouth. So for this, I'm not taking any break. My blooming onion, shake off the excess. Now be very, very, very careful with this, please. There is no dropping. There is no drip drop. So,
No drip drop.
okay, goes into a little excess comes out.
Tell Mark that's the breathing channel, not his breeding channel.
What?
Mark asked if it was your breeding channel. No, it's your breathing channel.
Oh, breathing.
You're breathing.
Oh, the breathing channel is just fine, Mark.
Other channel, Mark.
We will translate for you, Mark.
Anyway, so onion goes in upside down first, and please lower it. There's a lot of moisture in the oven, onion. So whenever you're putting hot stuff, with a lot of moisture in the hot oil and open fire, do not be drunk. Be careful, attentive, and don't do that.
Chef, we have a question from Derek.
Sure, Derek.
Derek would like to know what happens to the oil after you're done frying. Can it be recycled? Does he need to do anything to save it to use again?
You can. Depends on how much flour is in it, or if the flour is burnt. If you fry 20 blooming onions in the oil, I would just let it go. Okay, so anyway, long story short, little pinch of salt to the fried
But if
chicken
you're
here.
going to use it again, Derek, you need to strain it and get all the bits out of it, and then you can reuse it again probably.
Absolutely.
The paint strainers or cheesecloth apparently work great for straining your oil.
Now, my chicken wings are going in. I'm going to grab my gochujang sauce. I apologize if my pronunciation is not right. But, okay. And then you literally just...
Derek is asking if you need to store the oil in the fridge. Once you strain it, Derek, you don't need to keep it in the fridge.
They love that oil, hey?
You can just keep it in a container. Here we keep ours in the olive bottle, the oil that it came out of. The
Exactly.
Oil bottle.
What I do is for segments, I usually reuse it. And I just keep it in a liter in my pantry, is what it is.
Yeah, I think the only time you really shouldn't save oil is if you've fried fish. Then it gets a little funky.
Yeah. Well, fish and chip shops would beg to differ.
Yeah, because that's all they're making there. But if you fry fish and then you go and fry, I don't know, something else, it can taste fishy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't make donuts in fish oil. Stacy
You
says.
gotta have that common sense, man. Come on.
Stacy says she uses a coffee filter to strain hers. That's a great tip, Stacy.
That's a great tip.
Stacy, you're hired.
Ooh, I have an assistant now.
Oh yeah,
like it.
Stacy would love to come and assist you. I'm not sure our internet audience is ready for Stacy. They got enough problems with you.
What is going on? What are you talking about, man? And then some green onions. And some little sesame seeds. And then that is your little $1 million fried chicken. And let's just send it to test.
$1 million.
It is
I'm
going to taste
excited.
good. Yeah.
So Korean fried chicken is a big thing right now. There's tons of places here in the Fraser Valley that are making Korean fried chicken, and there's a place in my neighborhood we get takeout from occasionally, and it's pretty awesome.
Amazing. So, and the last but not least,
The onion. Ooh, the big
It's-
reveal.
the big reveal. We were clean today. I'm kind of okay with it. Now for the onion, since we live in North America, North Americans love dips.
We do love a good dip. Yeah. Everybody here loves a ranch dip.
Yeah. It's yeah. Dips are fine. I'm okay with them. I don't need a dip for every single little thing, for sure. But Also learning how to cook juicy would reduce your dip intake if you're a really dipper. Because that's usually the lack of moisture and taste is what it is. I hate
Wow.
to tell you this, yeah.
Barb's impressed, Chef. She says we're just about done and we still have time left.
I'm going to spend that time to just like drink my glass of wine.
Dennis asked me anything segment.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Ask me anything. I like those things.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I might get arrested for that for sure. All right, so I have here crumbled blue cheese, a little sour cream. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be fancy. There is many recipes, but believe it or not, simple things done right works.
There's few things better in life than a good dip, Chef. I love a good potato
Yeah,
chips.
so it's like to
and
be
dip.
able to cook fish properly, so you don't need the dip. I mean, come on now. We are a culture of convenience, and I do understand that. So we do things fastidious. So cooking is just picking up in North America right now. It's never been a forte. Like we're not a deeply rooted food culture, is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is not a criticism. This is it is what it is.
So Shelly's asking about the oil again. She's asking,
It's just
yeah, if you cook fish in the oil, Shelly, keep fish oil separate. Anything you cook in oil is fine to save the oil because it's cooked. It's not like it's raw meat or whatever. The meat is cooked in the oil. So you can use the same oil to fry chicken or beef or tempura veggies, whatever you want to cook
how
in
much
it.
deep frying do you do, Shelly?
Shelly's a cook. She's a great cook, man.
Amazing. I'm impressed. Now, here comes the reveal. Oh, I get to be really excited.
Oh, David, do we have a slow-mo cam? Can you, like, what? I feel like Chef needs his own theme song, like the theme song
Because
from
sometimes
Bonanza.
when we touch, I love you madly. Nice big pinch of salt. Now the recipe calls for Tajin spice, but we're waiting for the shipment, and it still hasn't arrived yet. Now you pull this and put it right in the middle of the table, just as is. I'm going to transfer this onto a wire rack. Ooh, it stands up too. I like it. And it's a great way of doing this. You can do this with artichoke too. It's kind of an advanced move, but that's highly doable too. So, to this, and our last dish goes on my plate.
I think Gladys agrees that you need a theme song, Chef. Maybe we should work on that.
Oh. Yeah, we should. And this is the last presentation of the night. Blooming onion, crispy blooming
Dun,
onion.
dun, dun, dun. I feel like there should be like
blue cheese dip.
a big reveal.
I've done well. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was efficient.
Wow.
I'm pretty happy with the outcome.
7 minutes to spare. You should make a dessert.
Yeah, after scooping, misportioning the mousses.
Derek says the onion looks good. He might need to fry one onion per guest.
I'm with Derek.
Yeah, you
Honestly, though, you think nachos is a thing, and it pulls out, and it's so tender, succulent, and sweet. No double dipping, though.
Chef Baranica would like to know what else you serve the onion with besides dip. Maybe a cigarette. I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know what else you would serve it with.
I would just roll up a cigarette. It's legal, man.
It is legal.
And then put this right in the middle of the table and turn on some Seinfeld season 7, whatever, and put it on and just like focus on. Just pull one little flake at a time, just like this. Dip it in there, and laugh your bum off. Okay.
So, Stacy says you could serve the onion with the guacamole. Stacy's just full of good tips tonight.
It is no. You want a loose dip. You want a dip that you can go in and out, because it's not like a chip. It's not hard enough. Yeah, it's not a chip. So all right. In the beginning, Angie wouldn't leave, and then in the end, she wouldn't show up.
This is like This has been like a weird night. It's like, what is going on right now?
Okay, can we
No.
take the wine away from the lady, please?
No, Melanie. No, she just finished
I'm
working.
talking about
Oh.
you. Just security, please.
I'm like, man, Mel worked late tonight. She's just finishing up. Leave her and her glass of wine alone over there. She's eating her little chicken
we got
wing.
you, Angie. Come on, have some onion.
David, how's the chicken wings?
I don't know yet, but you carry on and I will.
Okay. So, Melanie, what do you think? All of it? All of it. Ooh, this is hot, chef.
Yeah,
Very
it's
hot.
just came out of a giant fry. Not a giant, but a mini fry. It is so delicious, though, man. No,
Who's making the chicken, David?
You will be.
Oh, I will be. No, this
Sorry,
guy.
I said that wrong, didn't I?
that's probably one of my new favorite dishes to cook at home. It's a lot of. I don't deep fry too much. I'm not against it. Deep frying is an excellent way of cooking food. It's been related to bad cooking because of poor cook habits. You know, just ordering things from Cisco, GFS, or large corporations, just grabbing them and pop them in the deep fryer. So that was the understanding of what deep fryer is. But it is actually a high viscosity environment that's cooking things with moisture, which means that the moisture cannot escape because it's not as thick as the outside, and it crisps evenly. I'm a big fan, but I don't do it enough because it takes a lot of oil to deep fry,
It does.
and then it's just for one person at home. But I do enjoy eating deep fried food, especially from Asian cultures. You will see that they do use a lot of. Have you ever worked a wok station?
No, like a live wok station?
Oh, yeah,
No.
I'm like, geez, they have like a tub of oil, and it is they just use it a lot.
The whole station is 9,000 degrees. That thing is like blaring
It's
flames.
So much fun, though.
And the wok sits in like this hole, and there's gas under. It's crazy. I'm too clumsy for a wok station.
It's
I
it
can
is, but
barely
it's
walk.
like driving an F1 car. Like the amount of heat that you can generate on a thin metal, and to be able to ride rhythm with that is quite remarkable. It's a fun. When I'm retired, if I can afford, which I highly doubt, I will have a wok station in my kitchen, like an industrial size.
I'll put in a wok station. You can move into my house and cook chicken wings for David all day. Okay, no sale, I guess.
I think I'm spending enough time at the store now. You don't want me at home too.
I
too much
basically
Dennis.
ate a whole blooming onion this afternoon. That was my lunch
It's so
today.
good.
It
Yeah,
is good.
It is so good. Again, just like I've mentioned earlier, you can take an artichoke, carve the mid part of it, like the choke part of it, and then deep fry it all and serve it just like this too. It just works.
Yeah, it does work.
Well,
Sorry, Melanie. Sorry, David. You're not going to get any bloomin' onion. Oh, man.
So this episode will be just the end of it is us eating food.
Yeah, that's really good. So thank you for
It is
joining us
delicious.
tonight. It's been another really great evening. Chef, you did a good job. I was concerned about the quantity of food you had to execute tonight, but as usual, your mise en place was on point. You were ready to go.
No amateurs here.
So if you guys have extra questions that you'd like to ask of Chef or of me, or you want to know what wine we're
Mostly
drinking,
her, though. Just send emails to her so she can filter.
you can send the emails to askachef@wellseasoned.ca, or you can put your comments here. We'll check back here on Facebook. We would still like to take your feedback for what we're going to cook next week. We are going to try and get the schedule and the recipes posted a little bit earlier in the week. That is entirely my fault. Chef sent me the recipes early this week, and I just I forgot about it. So I'm really sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep on eating this.
So I'll try and get the recipes and the menu posted a little bit earlier so you can cook along with us next week. But really want to thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks, David, for filming. Thanks, Chef.
Thanks, Melanie, for
Good food.
swinging by.
Thanks, Mel. Yeah.
All
we're
right.
Happy to have
We will
somebody
see
else
you
eat
next week on an episode of You're Gonna Tell Us.
Episode 967 is happening right here
The following week will be the date night, probably the February 14th.
for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I gotta show you a couple of dishes that you eat light, and so you don't get bloated or whatever for the rest of the night.
Well, our Valentine's dinner is already sold out. Who knew beef Wellington was going to be so popular?
I know.
It's
I can't
crazy.
wait to make 100 portions of
100 beef Wellingtons next week. Oh, that'll be so fun. Maybe we'll sleep over. We'll just,
No, I work fast.
Anyhow, if you're one of the lucky ones who ordered our Valentine's dinner, good for you, because I didn't get one. I didn't get my order in on time.
I'll make an extra one for you.
Oh, you're so good to me.
But there's no
Chef.
extras, so just don't. Come on. We were talking about this earlier. Like, people already started to phone in. I'm like, there's no end to that argument.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
that's
well,
for sure.
come back next year, I guess.
Maybe we'll do beef Wellington again later in the year because it's been so popular.
Oh,
so,
no.
anyhow, thanks for joining us tonight. Cheers to you, and cheers to Blue Grouse on Vancouver Island for the delicious wine. Thanks for joining us. Cheers.
And we'll see you next Thursday.
Right here, 5:30.